What's up, crusty crew? Coming to you live from the 2020 quarantine. I have been, a little down with everything going on, working from home. I'm so lucky that I'm able to do that. Like, I can't even tell you how thankful I am. But for those of us that struggle with, maybe things like depression or anxiety, ADD, the jury's still out. Do I have it? Do I not? No idea. But I feel like I kind of probably do, but I'm not going to self-diagnose myself, even though my therapist thinks I have it and my doctor. Anyway, yeah, it can be really triggering. You can feel really, really useless, like being at home and trying so hard to find the motivation to like cook, eat right, work out, just literally be a productive member of society. It's really hard as I sit here with my hair a mess and literally in my PJs. Anyway, I'm so thankful that I am able to work from home. Definitely not gonna be making much money at all, but I'm lucky I'm able to see some clients over the phone and video chat. And I'm lucky I get to stay home and I don't have to be out there, because I do live with somebody who was immunocompromised, and so does my boyfriend, so we just have to be careful. A lot of people our age, we can be carriers and not be asymptomatic and not know it, blah, blah. With all that being said, I've had some trying days, like a day like today. I just woke up, I went to bed with a migraine, woke up and it was still here. It's not really awful right now, it's still there, but it's not awful. But I just felt really useless. I woke up late, didn't work out, I just ate, and I feel like I've barely gotten my work done. I just feel useless. So I want to make some content that can help brighten my own day, brighten your day, maybe give you some ideas. So welcome to cooking in the quarantine. Cooking during quarantine? I don't know.
Cooking in quarantine.
I like that one. We're gonna go with that. So today we're gonna be making soup. So let's just go right ahead to the cooking, shall we? And I also wanted to add something that I totally forgot to say, and I always forget to say. But if you don't know me, my name is Gina. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm vegan, and first and foremost, I am a human. So enjoy. Alright, don't mind my messy counter, but these are all the ingredients we're going to use. I'm just kind of throwing this together. I went to ShopRite, which is a grocery store. I went there Sunday night. Today is Tuesday. I went Sunday night and just got a bunch of frozen stuff, canned stuff. So here's the ingredients we're going to use. We're going to use these frozen carrots, frozen broccoli, frozen spinach. We're going to use the Gardein Beefless ground. And I like these because they add 18 grams of protein. And I love they're adding that. Add some fiber. You see there, 9 carbs, 5 fiber. So that's 4 grams of net carbs. And I like that they use soy protein concentrate, if you can see that in there. The reason why I like that is because it is less processed than soy protein isolate. More protein goodness and fiber goodness from, we're going to use some black beans and some cannellini beans. We're going to drain and rinse them to get the extra sodium off of them, even though these are Giant brand. These are low sodium already, but we're going to do that anyway. I have this left over from another recipe that I did for a cooking demo for work. These are just some diced green chilies. These are going to add some nice smoky flavor. And in here I have, I opened, okay, I got this with 2 hands. This is basically from a, 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I used the other night and I didn't use the whole can. I hardly used any of it. I just used it to make one thing of pasta for myself. So we're going to use some diced tomatoes as well. We're going to use this whole onion, probably a clove or 2 of this garlic, and then I'll show you how I season it up when the time comes. But yeah, these are our main ingredients. The soup doesn't have like I'm just making things up. I just want to make sure it had lots of veggies. I'd love to put more veggies in, but this should be enough. Lots of veggies, some different sources of protein and fiber, and then some flavory goodness. So yeah, let's throw this baby together. And by the way, I do not have, is this boring? I'm like talking, you're looking at my ingredients. Let's be real. Is this any better? I do have, what was I saying? Oh, I don't have, any veggie broth. I couldn't find any low sodium veggie broth or veggie stock at the store. So I wasn't buying the regular kind. It's too much sodium. I'm just going to put a bunch of water in, see how it tastes with everything, the natural sodium, and then season it up how I would like. So yeah, it's kind of a good tip. Always try to use like reduced sodium, stuff like that. If you know, this is going to be a vegan soup, obviously, because I'm vegan, but feel free, add chicken, add whatever you want. You're going to add dairy, try to add like low fat dairy. And if you're vegan, making sure that you're getting different sources of protein in there. So like these little soy crumbles, as well as our beans, both are different kinds of beans and stuff like that. So just kind of a good way to kind of put your meal together. But again, if you're not vegan, feel free to add your chicken, ground beef, or whatever you want to do. All right, let's put this sucker together. It's going to be really, really quick. And you can always put it in like a crock pot, put it on high for like 4 hours, and I'm sure it'll be done. I was going to do that originally, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just stick it in a pan and just be done with it. So yeah, what I'm first going to do is chop my onion, some of my garlic, let that get all nice in our pan. I might add some of the carrots as well to get everything caramelized and together, but I'll show you what I do as I go. Okay, so I have my 1 onion and my 3 cloves of garlic all chopped up. I have my nice big stock pot on the stove here. I have a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to put in the onion first, let it get a little bit translucent, and then I'll throw the garlic in. I think I might not do the carrots. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put the Beefless ground in and kind of get that going a little bit, and then I'll probably just add everything else and add in water and season it and just call it a day. By the way, if you didn't see what I was like miming to you, this is like my garbage bowl. I always learned that from watching Rachel Ray. She said, you know, get a bowl, put all your garbage in there, and it actually really helps. It's a good idea. It's like duh, but it's nice to have that. So yeah, I'm gonna throw everything in there, and I will get right back to you guys. It's starting to get way too hot. Oh crap. Heat's too high. Okay, gotta burn the house down. Oh shit. Oh poop. Oh poop. Too hot. It got a little bit too hot. Just gonna let her sit there for just a second. Cool it down. Cool down, girl. Where can I put you? I might put you guys in my microwave. Okay. You're in my microwave? Yeah. I'm going to throw the onion in. Bye. So we got our onion in there. I'm going to mix it around and let it get translucent. Probably about like 3 or so minutes. Put the garlic in, then put in our Beefless ground. Alright guys, here's our update. So in my pan, I have my onions that I've been cooking for a little bit. Threw my garlic in there for a few minutes. Smells great. I added in, like I just said, my Beefless ground. I'm going to mix this up. Might add a little bit of water to the bottom of the pan just to make sure. I want this to crisp up, but it can burn pretty easily. So, I mean, the Beefless ground is sold frozen, so it's going to release some of that moisture anyway, but just might put a little bit of water in the pan at the bottom, just to make sure. And then also while I was waiting, I emptied out my beans, my cannellini beans, and my black beans, just drained and rinsed them. All my other ingredients, I'm just going to throw into the pan when it's time. And then I will show you from there. Wow. It seriously smells amazeballs up in here. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm watching an episode of Intervention. I literally love that show. It's so sad and devastating, but I just can't seem to look away. Yeah, I listen to murder podcasts and stuff like that all day. And it like really brings me down, but I just can't seem to stop watching. I love stuff like that. And that's on being a Scorpio. And that's on being a dark individual. Anyway, so yeah, I'll come back to you when everything starts getting cooked up. But it's looking good. The smell in here, girl, she's smelling good. Can't wait. All right, I'll be back to you guys in a minute. All right, guys. So this has been cooking for a little bit. My onions, garlic, and my meaty crumbles. Like I said, I drain and rinse my beans. I'm now just gonna, I put the green chilies into like my diced tomatoes. I'm just gonna throw everything in the pot and then we'll see what happens from there. We shall find out. Oh, in they go. And in go our beans. Perfect. Mix her up. I'm gonna put in my frozen veg. Carrots are going in. Broccoli in. Oh, we're filling this baby up. And spinach, I'm gonna put it in at the last minute because it's already gonna be broken down, so it's gonna break down even more. So I'm just gonna wait till the last minute to put this in. Okay, so I'm mixing everything up. I just put in 2 cups of water. I'm going to put 2 more cups in. 2 more cups of water in. It's spilling everywhere, yeah. So this is what it looks like with 4 cups of water, everything in there. So we're gonna let this cook for a little bit and then we're gonna season it up. So I put in an extra 2 cups of water, so that was a total of 6 cups of water. This has been going for about 12 minutes now. So I think it's pretty good. As long as the carrots are done, I think as long as the veggies are done, it should be good. I'm gonna check that in a second. I might check the flavor. So here's what I'm thinking about seasoning it with. This is black pepper. This is Mrs. Dash Italian Medley salt-free seasoning, smoked paprika, garlic powder, ground ginger, and then a little bit of this Ortega low sodium taco seasoning. I think they got maybe putting some of that in there as well. So let me just taste it first. Let's see, let's taste the broth. I just want to see if it needs more salt or... Actually tastes really good, just by itself. These carrots are done. The broccoli looks like it's probably done. The carrots, they take a little while to cook. Thumbnail. Yeah, they're done. I'm gonna season it and then I'm gonna throw the spinach in and then it's done. So let's put in our black pepper. I'm not gonna measure anything, so yeah. Mrs. Dash salt-free Italian blend seasoning. It has a bunch of different, where is it? It's like, has garlic, it has basil, oregano, rosemary, parsley. I'm not huge on herbs, but you gotta put a little bit in there. It's gotta give it some of that flavor. There it is. Smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. It gives it a little bit of a smoky kick. Really enjoy it. Perfect. Garlic powder, because garlic is the best. And then a little bit of ground ginger, because we know ginger's good for us. I could put some turmeric in there. Maybe I will put some turmeric in. Just a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, believe me. So not too much. Let me try this with the other seasoning in. Woo! Oh, excuse me. Alright, let's try it with all the seasonings in it. Pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit of the taco seasoning, I think. Go back in the microwave. I think it'll add a nice little something to it. It's not my favorite stuff, but I have it, and I think it'll help. It has a little bit of salt in it. Just sprinkled it. I've used, this is like, there's 6 servings in this packet. I've used it, there's probably like 3 times already. Let me just mix this around. And as I'm tasting it, I am swapping out. I usually wouldn't. But with everything going on, I don't know. I'm probably just going to be eating this soup, but maybe my family's going to want to try a little bit of it. I've been trying to be really careful. I'm usually really gross, like licking stuff. And like, of course, if I'm just eating it or just my family's eating it. Not if I'm serving it to others. I'm really trying to switch out my tasting spoons because I just want to make sure I'm not spreading anything. Gotta be careful. It's good. I might need a little bit more saltiness, a tiny bit. So I do have like the Kikkoman low sodium soy sauce. I'm probably just gonna add in like a capful or so. Just crazy, 1 tablespoon is still 575 milligrams of sodium. That's crazy. By the way, the allotment for most people is about 2,300 milligrams, which you're like, oh, that sounds like a lot. Believe me, it adds up really quickly. That's why when I'm making things like soup, I'm trying to be mindful about what I'm adding, because the canned tomatoes had sodium. That's why I usually like to buy no sodium, but I couldn't find them this time. The Crumbles have sodium. The chilies had sodium. And even though we drained and rinsed, you know, the beans, it's still going to have some sodium. And then if we were to use not chicken broth, of course, for me, but, you know, if we were to use broth, that's even more. So just being mindful, because it can really add up. It's just like sugar. It can add up. Let me just wash this. I think it's pretty good. Good. If you're not happy with the flavor of the whole thing, you could always, when you serve it, just season it up again. I think it's great. So this did not take me very long. It took me less than an hour for sure. I mean, literally the whole thing cooked in like 15 minutes. It just took me a little bit of time to like chop my garlic and stuff. And then I was just like cleaning things in between. This really took like probably in total like a half an hour. So yeah, my soup is done, girl. So here is the final product. Here is our soup. Lots of veggies, lots of plant-based protein and fiber. Try to keep it as low sodium as we could. And you already know, once I plate this up, I'm going to put some sriracha or something good on there, put nutritional yeast on there. If you're not vegan, go right ahead, put some Parmesan cheese or something like that on there. It'd be delicious like that. So yeah, there we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. It can be really hard when you're at home. You're not useless just because you're not at work. Nobody can be at work right now. You know, if you're not at work, it's okay. It's for the health of everybody right now. Just find something, you know, maybe it helps you to stay in a little bit of a routine. It's always good to kind of let go of your routine a little bit, and that's what's been hard for me, is like going to bed later, waking up later, and it really is hard for me to be thrown off my routine. But I don't know about anybody else, I really needed a break. I needed a break. And I can always get back into my routine. I'm going to try to, but it doesn't mean that, oh, hello, double chin. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy some time at home and some time off, or just some time to sleep in. I mean, there's always something that can be done, right? You always can be cleaning something. You always can be, there's a million different things you can do. You know, get a book, read a book, I don't know. Just don't let it get to your self-worth. There's nothing to do with your productivity and, you know, how much you get done during the day or how productive you are. Does not mean how good of a person you are, or if you're a functioning or good member of society. Everybody has their struggles, and it's okay, because I'm struggling too. So stay safe out there, stay healthy, don't go anywhere. Social distance as much as you can. Take it seriously, because I think it's the biggest thing that can help with stopping the spread of this virus. So with that being said, cook your meals at home, and maybe you can follow this. Made a ton of soup that's gonna be, you know what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll have it for the week, I'll eat it, and then I'll freeze it in individual bags or containers, and I'll just freeze it, and you have it for like 2 months, and it's just a quick dinner if you ever need it. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, cook your meals, social distance, and you can do anything you put your mind to. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.